Ciao, it's Dunstan again, and I got something else to share with you for today. So I'm back, and I want to talk to you about relaxation. And what does relaxation even mean? Because we hear a lot of talk about, do this, it'll be relaxing, it'll be, you'll enjoy it, da da da. So what does relaxation even mean? So first of all, I'm just going to show you my little spot here at the back of our house. We've got this like dry area and there's some old sofas, and so I've got a few things here. I've got my hot water bottle, and I've got my sleeping bag to keep nice and warm, and it's nice because I can see, like out here, I can look out into the garden, and the garden is green, and there's nice little breeze coming through, but it's kind of snug and cozy at the same time. So sometimes I dance around and get my groove on to get the energy moving in the morning. And right now I'm sitting here and been doing some relaxation. And so obviously on a physical level, when the muscles can be relaxed, there's a whole load of health benefits. If you live your life rushing around and you're always feeling like you're late and there's not enough time, what'll happen is there'll be that fright or flight mechanism. There'll be a hormone released called cortisol. It's an adrenal substance. So it's like if you live with adrenaline, or if you live with a lot of coffee or Red Bull or Coca-Cola or stimulants, or just pushing yourself a lot, then you have a lot of that in your system. And what that does is it builds up residual tensions. So you may carry that in muscle tension in different parts of your body. So you see, often physical relaxation can get you so far, but do you ever find there's still like knots that you can't get out, even when you're totally relaxed and you sit down and you chill for a whole weekend, and you still feel like there's tension? So the second kind of relaxation is actually emotional relaxation. Now, emotions move through the body, and they, in a healthy system, emotions just flow. And you see this in little kids, where little kids will get really frustrated because they can't crawl, or they're going backwards when they're trying to crawl, or whatever, or they can't reach something. They'll spit the dummy, throw a tantrum, and then 5 minutes later they're happy, gurgling away, sucking their thumb, or laughing, or how the emotions just shift really quickly. They don't hold on to stuff, and so they're just present. Now, as we get older, we get baggage, right? We're carrying that baggage, and then something happens, and someone speaks to us in a certain way, and we remember the time when we were little, when we got reprimanded and someone spoke to us that way, and it reminds us of that, and we feel terrible. But the key thing here is, with emotions, is being relaxed as well. Now, I don't just mean being happy the whole time. I also mean, if you feel pissed off, just to let it out. Now, I'm not saying you should attack people, but just allow that to come out of you. It might be you jump in the water and the water's cold and you yell and you let it out. Or it could be that you allow your body to express the fact that you feel great. Or someone could do something and you don't feel good about it, and so you just let your body or let your voice come out and you say something about it. So what if we could be emotionally relaxed? And so your body language, your voice should be totally congruent in what you were feeling. Now, the reason why most people aren't is because they're afraid that they would turn into a screaming she-werewolf or something like that, or that, we would all tear each other's throats out if we really shared what was going on. But I don't think that's the case. So it's not about putting it on someone else, it's actually about feeling it yourself and letting that show. So that's the second area, is emotional relaxation. And the third area I want to talk to you about is up here. So I've done a lot of thinking in my life, so lost a bit of hair, burnt that off. But anyway, can you ever feel like, if you feel your scalp, that the tissues, and there's actually a lot of stuff going on here, where when you're very tense in your thinking, you can get a headache. You ever notice that? Sometimes you end up with a headache because you're like, it's even in our language, people say, you're giving me a headache. Well, don't blame the other person, you're giving yourself a headache. But it's like, sometimes people are like, they're working out and their brows furrowed. This is a big one for me. So it's like a constant practice to relax. And you can start by just giving your scalp a bit of a massage. But what if you could just like relax every hair follicle on your head? Now, if you've got a few missing like me, then just, I don't know, whatever. But just imagine your whole scalp starting to relax. And next time you're working on a problem that's challenging to you, what if you took a few breaths and just allowed your mind to relax? So physically relax, but also just to relax. You see, not many people know this, but your mind is actually like an aerial. See, brain scientists don't really understand that much about the brain, really. And the brain is actually an aerial. Do you ever get the same thought as someone else at the same time? So your brain is like a receiver, and there's thought forms out there. Now, you know, if you didn't know how a radio worked and someone said, oh, this device is picking up on signals, you know, that would seem absurd. You'd look at it and go, well, there's a radio. The sound comes out of the radio. But we know that there's radio waves, and that you know, that when you pick up a radio station, you're just tuning into that signal. And I believe, and I just know it to be true, that your brain's actually the same. So imagine your brain is like an aerial, and the more relaxed it is, and the less full of junk you are in your system and your thinking, the more easily you can tune into a clear signal. And so, you know, if I start making a video, some days you might watch one of my videos and go, God, what's he babbling on about? And it's not the same frequency. It's maybe I'm not picking up a clean signal. But today feels reasonably clean. So it's like, how can you be relaxed enough to allow your mind to relax? And so it's a bit like a meditation to actually scan through your system. You could try this. You could try scanning through. Just scan through from the top of your head, and as you scan down, just really allow your mind to relax. And as you go down a bit lower, scanning into your heart, just starting to feel your emotional center relax. And as you go a bit lower down into your hips, starting to feel that center of your physical power, your physical body really relaxing. And so if you want me to, I'm totally happy if a few people leave me a comment saying, hey, can you record this as a meditation with some music or something? I'm totally happy to create something. But yeah, so what do you do to relax? You know, how do you get relaxed? Do you dance around like a nutter and then sit there, or do you go for a walk? Do you go for a swim? Do you what do you do to relax your system? Because, you know, the amazing thing is that when your system is totally relaxed and you're not trying, you make space in your system for amazing stuff to flow through you. It's like that's when inspiration can come in. That's when you can get connected with, you know, your purpose and stuff like that. So anyway, this one's been a little bit longer than the others, but 8 minutes already. So I hope you found that interesting. Obviously you did if you're still watching. If not, then why are you watching? So leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the topic of relaxation, and I will see you next time.